Welcome to the Annie Jennings PR Real Stories of Success podcast series. Annie Jennings is the creator of the most powerful radio campaign in the country, where you are booked on high-impact shows in top markets, as well as the famous pay-for-placement national television, print, and online media program, where she offers guaranteed deliverables. My name is Stacy Amaral Kauffman. I'm the radio director for Annie Jennings PR, and today we're sharing another real story of success to give listeners an inside look into what it's like to work with Annie Jennings PR. Today we're speaking with Ryan Gilliam. He's a business coach, entrepreneur, and self-made millennial millionaire who shared his message and his book, The Cost of Greatness, on over 330 stations across the country in top markets such as New York City, Chicago, Dallas, Denver, Tampa, San Antonio, Minneapolis, and Pittsburgh, among others. And now Ryan is able to leverage major media brands such as ESPN Radio, CBS, iHeart Media, NPR, and more. So welcome, Ryan.
Thanks for having me, Stacy.
Well, it's our pleasure. I mean, you've been a fantastic client and working with us, and really appreciate you buying into our ladder strategy and to the way that we go about booking the radio interviews to get you out there across the country. And I just wanted to ask you, did you feel as if what you received your experience exceeded expectations, if you got more than you thought you might in working with Annie Jennings PR?
Definitely. I feel like I did. I came into this as someone who was very accomplished in the business world, been able to, do some really cool things, but I had never gotten my name out. I had never went out and kind of waved a banner and said, look at me before, and so I didn't have some of the credibility that some of my counterparts had because they have been, in the media in the past, and without working with you guys, I wasn't able to break out there and kind of get my name and some of my experiences out there. But since doing this program, the phones can constantly ringing because folks are hearing and want to know more about the things we're doing.
Well, that's exciting. I know that your phone rang once, and it was the athletic director from your college, USF. And tell us a little bit about what opportunities came up for you and how they came up for you from doing some of the radio interviews.
Well, Ann LaGoria, who is a really big alum from the University of South Florida, from my alma mater, has an NPR radio show, which I was on as a part of this campaign. And prior to the show even airing, the athletic director from USF reached out to me and said, hey, I heard you're going to be on this show. I need you to come and hang out with us here at school and do some different things for us in regards to talking to the football team and track team and some other different opportunities. And we have a great relationship. We kind of talk maybe once or a year since I've left USF, but I don't think he would have made that call and asked me to be there if I wasn't on Ann's NPR show. If Ann hadn't reached out to him and said, hey, Ryan's going to be on my show this weekend. So once again, the campaign did an awesome job of not just highlighting my experiences, but also getting my name out there for people to know that I am available and, accessible to come and do different opportunities with them in their organizations.
Now, did you see any jump in website hits or in terms of your social media communities, growing those? Have you seen anything of that nature as a result from the radio interviews?
Well, I think the quality of my posts have been tremendously better. When you can make a post about how you're going to be on CBS Radio or ESPN, it just blows everyone else out of the water. They're like, oh, man, this guy's really doing stuff. This guy's really has a lot of credibility. If CBS has him on air, oh, my goodness, what is he really talking about? So it gives so much more credibility to my brand as well as my book on social media, because most people are, on social media, they're talking about fluff. But when you have, content, highlighting some of your experiences, it goes a long way with social media.
And what was your experience like working with the radio team? I mean, I'm obviously a little biased, right? So I'm a big part of the radio team as a radio director. But everything from, your initial contact with us and then also working with Jason, the media trainer.
Everything's high touch. I pay for service. I'm one of those guys who really likes to work with professional people who do a great job and let you do what you're great at and kind of join the team. But from yourself and Jason, everything was high touch and, above and beyond the expectations. Jason did a great job of allowing me to, use my strengths or what I'm already kind of good at, but also highlighting some of my weaknesses and helping me get better and be able to communicate effectively with different media outlets, as well as yourself, pitching different ideas and getting me on those top shows with those key media assets that help me build my brand. So it's been a great experience for me.
And we always ask this because it's fascinating to kind of get in your mind and what you were thinking. When you first spoke with Annie, what was it about her and the way that she interacted with you and the way that she saw you? And we talk about her having the blink factor. She can see potential miles and miles away. What was it about Annie that made you want to sign on with the firm?
I think Annie is just a people's person. She'll never meet a stranger, in my opinion. I don't think that she will ever do that. But I connected with her. She had a really good understanding of who I was and what my brand was all about, with a message I really wanted to get out to the public. And not only did she buy into it, but she even oversold it with myself and showed me different avenues and different places I could take my message in different markets. And it was really encouraging to talk to someone who wasn't so much saying what you can't do, but, let me tell you what you can do. And she was just really encouraging, and maybe someone I wanted to partner with, someone I wanted to work with, and that could help me get to the places that I was trying to go in my career.
Ryan, what would you say to somebody who is thinking about working with Annie Jennings PR but isn't certain?
You have to get out there and do the work. I mean, if you were talking about any other career, if we were talking about any kind of things as far as your trade or your craft, you have to get out there and do it. You need to practice. Well, when it comes to building your brand, when it comes to getting out there, you need to work with professionals that know what they're doing. You can do it on your own, but you're not going to get the success that I've reached and so many others have reached by working with Annie Jennings PR. I mean, at the end of the day, I cannot tell you what is the significance of saying I've been on over 330 stations across the country in top media markets. There was no way possible a few months back before we started this program that I would be able to say that without working with the team of professionals that I have been working with. So if you're thinking about it, stop thinking about it, do it. You'll be better off for it.
All right, Ryan. Well, thank you so much for sharing your experience and working with us. I want to tell all of our listeners, of course, that you can learn much more about business coach, entrepreneur Ryan Gilliam, again, author of The Cost of Greatness, which, of course, is his story of how he achieved his goals, and, of course, how you can, too. You can visit his website, thecostofgreatness.com. Also, check him out at his business site as well, creatingsuccessassociates.com. Again, that's thecostofgreatness.com for more information on his incredible book, and creatingsuccessassociates.com. Thanks again, Ryan.
Thanks for having me.
This podcast is presented by Annie Jennings of the national publicity firm Annie Jennings PR, the creator of Jennings Wire Online Magazine. For more information on how you, too, can experience national media success and guarantee deliverables,